Let me start by saying that I overspent on petrol this month. Like, petrol prices are getting ridiculous. I think that's something that I need to address within my budget, because while I am primarily at home at the moment, while I'm still looking for a job, I still have to go places in my car, and petrol is just really expensive at the moment. So when I want to do stuff like social things, or you know, a couple of trips into town or something like that, it really adds up, and I need to sort that out within my budget. £20 a week used to be enough, but it's just not cutting it anymore. And that's why looking at your budget quite regularly and seeing what's not working and what is working really makes a huge difference. But there's also an element of sometimes there just isn't enough money to go around. So sometimes you need to think about what your priorities are. So money sometimes in people's budget is finite. You've only got a certain amount to budget with that month. Thinking about what is important to you in that week, in that month, in that moment, and addressing your budget accordingly is a really important thing to do. Well, it is for me at least. What it might look like is, actually, I've overspent on petrol, so what I need to do is cut back on something else that doesn't mean quite as much to me. Now, don't get me wrong, petrol isn't always the most important thing, but I had to drive down to Portsmouth to see friends, and that's why I overspent. And seeing friends when I'm in an emotional state such as I am, that is really important, and that became a really important priority to me. And having a little bit extra in the groceries or having a little bit extra spending money just doesn't float my boat as much as getting to see that friend. So what I'd like you to do, if you are struggling with your budget and if you aren't necessarily making movement, or if you are making movement but you're kind of getting a bit drained and kind of getting a bit burnt out with it, really analysing that budget to think, okay, am I doing what makes me happy? What makes me happy? And actually just funneling a little bit more money into that and cutting back from somewhere else might actually make you really happy, but also still let you achieve the goals that you want to. In my April budget, I am going to start looking at that. I am going to probably devote a little bit more money to doing social things than I normally would, and that might not sound super sensible considering the financial situation I'm in at the moment, but I need to get out of this alive and I need to stay happy. Anyway, let's talk about what we came to the video for. In today's video, we are checking in for week 3 of Marpril's budget. If you're new here, Marpril is the month I invented because I needed a month in between March and April because my finances are just in a bit of, let's say I'm not in a comfortable space, but I'll be okay. So in this week, I actually did quite a lot. I drove down to Southampton to see my mum. I drove to Portsmouth for a hen do. I've been all over the place doing all sorts of things, and it's been really fun, but I can't do this all the time unless I have a look at my budget, if that makes sense. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at my spending, what I've done, what my plan is for the future, and it's not as bad as you might think it would be, but like, I need to sort of chill out with some stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at my chef's kiss gorgeous budget booklet. Okay, I'm here. Sorry, I feel a bit flustered. I've just been on the phone. It's a different day today. I've been on the phone to Yasmin, Camilla, for about an hour and a half, and I'm not getting anything done. It's getting really dark now. Okay, so today we are in my budget book. This is available on my Etsy store. Absolutely love it. This is a pretty comprehensive budget book and it comes with free stickers. You'll love this. If you haven't snapped up one yet, make sure you go ahead and do one. I absolutely love these ones and I'm looking to bring out a new one for May. So we're going to start off in the calendar. We're going to check in for my weekly spends. The week that I'm checking in for is from the 25th to the 31st, so right up to the end of March. Let's get cracking. On the 25th, I drove into Southampton to see my mum and I spent £1.50 on parking. The internet bill came out and it was £26.99. The next day was the hen do, and if you want to know how that went, check out my vlog which came out last Sunday. I bought a vape pen and it was £5.99. I also put £30 of petrol into my car, which was much more than I was expecting. I didn't spend anything on the Sunday, so I've got a lovely no spend sticker. On the Monday the 28th, I went to Tesco and did some shopping with Jake, and that was £27.73. The loan came out as well on the 28th, and that was £200.92. And council tax came out on the 28th also, and that was £135. I think that's the last time we're paying that less. Rent came out the next day, and that was £885 as normal. I just got a letter to say the rent's actually increasing in 2 months, so that's going up as well. On the 30th, my car payment came out, that was £121.67. And I bought myself some junk at the Co-op with my spending money when I went and dropped off some parcel. That was only £2.41. I did miss out one. I got my hair cut on the 25th, and that was £30. On the 31st, that was a no spend day as well, so I get to put down one of these stickers. I like these. Okay, that's the week done and dusted. Let's go ahead and have a look at the weekly check-in. So we'll just move 2 pages over and get started. So I'm going to start by filling in everything that I know. So for spending last week, I spent £9.90 in total. I only gave myself £10, which is quite low, but I rolled a 20 in my 20-sided dice, so hopefully it is a bit kinder to me this week. But £10 is more than enough. Like, I did end up spending £2 something on just rubbish. So it's nice to have a little bit of money. It's important to me to have a little bit, but it really can just be only a little bit. So that is £10 left over. Okay, that's that done. And then for groceries, I spent £27.73, which is £2.27 left over. And then for petrol, I did budget £10, but I actually spent £30. Now £30 is all I had for the whole month, so I'm not going to be budgeting anything for petrol this week I mean. For haircut, I spent the full £30, which left me with 0, and there were no unbudgeted spends. So all in all, last week I spent £67.63, and I'm rolling over nothing because I am dealing with that money. So let's deal with that now. So this is £2.37, so I'm going to add it to my adventure jar, which is getting lovely and full now. I'm going to find a £2.37 on the She's on the Budget savings challenge and fill that in. Back in the book, I am on the paycheck bill tracker page, and I'm just going to have a look to see if my budget is going according to plan. So what came out this month was internet, which was £26.99. Council tax was £135. Rent was £885, and that's all that came out. I did have my loan payment, which was £200.92. I did drop below into my overdraft for a day while I was waiting for Jake's payment, so I am going to leave that blank just in case I get an overdraft free, because I was overdrawn a little bit for a day, so I'll just leave that as it is. But that's that for the week. So my next step is to go ahead and catch stuff for next week. Okay, so before we start, I do have something really exciting to show you, something new that's on my Etsy store. I have these. Now, it doesn't look like much, but what these are is these are little expense trackers. So these are expense trackers which go into your cash envelope. So they are, if you look at it, the perfect size. Now, what I wanted to do was kind of do something that's a little bit different to the other stores that are out there. So normally what you'd get is maybe a £3 tracker that's laminated for you to wipe and reuse a lot. And that's good, but I wanted something that was maybe a bit less damaging on the environment. So what we have here is recycled paper, and there are 25 in a pad, and these are disposable. So they won't go to landfill. You can pulp them, you can just chuck them in the recycling, do whatever you need to. But basically, you'd rip one off, put it in your cash envelope, use it to track your expenses, take it in, pull it out. Doesn't matter if it gets ripped or torn because you know you're gonna throw it away anyway. By the time you filled it out, you can throw it away and then you got another one. This works really well for people who have lots of different categories and they want to track their expenses. So you've got 25, so you can put one in each of your envelopes. It's really good if you've got something short term. So like for me, my short term one would be my Spain wedding. It'd be nice to know that I've taken the amount of money and I've moved that to get euros with it as well. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put that in and I'm gonna deal with that later on. It also works for categories that you've had for a really, really long time that are constantly changing, so much that you fly through these really often. Now these are in my store, they are really affordable and I think they're just going to be really good for people, so I think it's a nice alternative that doesn't harm very many people at all. So lovely rainbow design, like, go ahead. I will link these in the description. Moving back, we are going to be stuffing my weekly cash. So let's start with groceries. So there should only be £30 in here, and that's what we're going to stuff because I need to go grocery shopping very soon because we've run out of some essentials. I've just closed it. I keep on doing that. Right, that's £30 ready to go. Petrol is completely gone because I had £20 in here, but because I overspent by £20, that's gone into the bank envelope at the back. So I'm not actually going to be stuffing petrol at all this week. I'm going to have to wait until next week, which I'm absolutely fine by. I don't have anywhere really to go, and I do have a fair old bit in my tank anyway. And then moving over to spending, we should have, I think, £30 in here. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 30. Now, you know the drill by now. I have to go over to my 1050 challenge. With this, you get an envelope and you also get a 20-sided dice. The aim is that you roll the dice every single time that you cash stuff this, and this, for me, I do it every single week. And whatever the dice lands on, that's what you save from whatever you're saving. So for me, I'm saving from my spending money. So shall we go ahead and roll again for this week? I am nervous. I've had a lot of 20s, but let's see what we get. 9. Okay, I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. Okay, for next month, what I need to do is draw out, like, get some coins as well. So there's a £5 in here. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to take that out, do something with that. I'm going to put £1 back. So my £1 challenge now has £1 in it. Great. Okay, so 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lovely, let's put that in there. Actually, no, I do need that £1. So my £1 challenge now has 0 in it. Great. So 9 is going in here. And I'm going to sign off this 9 here. That's a nice low number for me. That's good. So for spending this week, I have 21. Oh, that just feels like such a luxury. Oh, that feels so good. I'm really pleased to have that much money. I'm going to treat myself when I go shopping. And then what I've got is this £5. Now that should belong in the £1 challenge, but it's not a £1 note. So shall we cash stuff it somewhere? Let's have a look. No. I haven't stuffed these in so long. Oh, I could do this one because this is my little £5 challenge. Silver. See, I could do this one, but I never know what I'm going to get. If it lands on a 15, I'm going to have to take money from my... No, I'm not going to do that. Definitely not doing that because that one's been brutal to me. Definitely not going to do that one. Spain wedding would be cool. Hem do is done. First person in the comments, if you mention that you need a hen do envelope, it will be yours. You'll just have to DM me on Instagram. Oh, the same for stag do. So if any of you want a glittery hen do or stag do envelope, please let me know. I will send that to you. Okay, fine. Okay, I tell you what, let's just put it in here. Let's do the lights camera action because we haven't done that. I haven't stuffed a sinking fund in, it feels like forever. Like, I just miss it, but I can't, it just is irresponsible to do that at the moment with my finances the way they are. So it feels really nice to do this. Okay, cool. That's lovely. Or should I count? Let me count it, just for fun, just for fun's sake. Let me count it. I'm so happy I rolled a 9. Right, 5, 10, 15. No, let me do this. Okay, 5, 10, 20, 30. No. 20, 40, 60. I said I miss it, cash stuffing. I didn't say I was bloody good at it. Right, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. 155. That's good, isn't it? I hope I don't need to dip into these. I won't. Okay, cool, that's done. So thank you so much for joining me this week. This dice has been much kinder to me this week. I am pleased. I still haven't got the elusive 1 yet, but I certainly have got that 20 enough times. So it's a really good challenge, isn't it? They're still available on my Etsy store, and I am waiting a new shipment of dice to come through. I still got a fair few of the purple left over, so I just really like these opaque ones. I think they're nicer than the see-through ones, but yeah, love them. Love them, love them, love them. Anyway, thanks for this week. I know it's not much on these check-ins at the moment because I'm trying to spend as little as possible, but thanks so much for being with me. I will see you again very, very soon. Hi guys, guys and Marpril. Thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you are going to comment, please use this emoji. And I think that's all I have for you this week in terms of my weekly check-ins. I think what I'm going to do is set up a bit of a structure in terms of how often you see my videos. So at the moment I'm sort of doing about 3 videos a week and I'm really enjoying it, and it's lovely because I have the time to do it. But what I might start doing is having a bit of structure, as in 1 video on a certain day at a certain time and then throughout the week, rather than sort of every 3 days is what I'm doing at the moment. Let me know what you think. And also, if you're interested in that stag do or hen do envelope, please message me on Instagram. It will be first come, first serve. So if you want it, let me know. And that's it from me. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. I will see you really soon. I think in 3 days, not sure, might even be 2 days. I don't know. Thanks so much for watching, bestie. Bye-bye. And if you would like to support me over on Patreon, please take a look at the link in the description. You will not regret it, bestie.